Hello, everyone. It's been an interesting session, and I believe you've seen the rundown of how far we've come with Wiki Africa Hour, and as such, you've gotten a glimpse of what the initiative looks like. With me this hour are some Wikimedians, individuals who have followed our journey from get-go in the Wiki Africa Hour podcast till date. I will be bringing them on one by one to comment on the impact and contribution of the Wiki Africa Hour podcast towards the Africa Wikimedia community. First, I will be bringing Wilson Uloha to air his comments. Wilson is a Wikimedian since 2018, if I remember correctly. And he contributes both in the Igbo Wikimedia user group and on the English Wikimedia too. And he has at least seen at least one of our Wiki Africa Hour episodes, and as such, he can make comments on what contributions the initiative has made to the movement so far. Wilson, welcome, Wilson. Please go ahead and comment on the impact you have seen or noticed that the Wiki Africa Hour has made towards the Africa Wikimedia community.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Wilson.
Can you hear me? Hi, everyone. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you.
Cecily? Okay, I suspected you were going to ask me first, and of course, I'm a bit surprised, but then, okay, yeah, I can make a comment. The Wiki Africa, personally for me, I'd comment because I watched the one with Catherine, and it felt really good knowing that we had that on our own platform, and I liked the topics, the direct questions you were able to pose. I'd also like to know if you'd please guide me if you'd like specific areas you'd like me to talk about. So I'm just trying to give a general
Oh no, it's just
general
a
feel.
freestyle for you. Please go ahead. No specifics, just a
Okay.
general feeling.
I particularly liked the session with Catherine because prior, I'm not sure I have encountered her in a conversation before. Even though I missed the live session, but it was good knowing that someone who had similar problems like I was having, or who comes from a community that I could identify with, was in charge of that interview, and asked the kind of questions I would have asked if she was sitting beside me at a tea shop. So that's what I particularly liked about it. I also like to hear, we throw around the word diversity, we throw around the word inclusiveness a lot of times, but sometimes when we have the opportunity to actually tackle these things, we don't go in depth because most times the people who do the tackling or who do the discussion are not exactly facing the challenges these communities in their inclusive state or their exclusive states or their diverse states may be experiencing. So for me, what stood out was the fact that somebody from outside, somebody who had
Oh, I think Wilson's network may have timed out for a bit.
okay,
Okay, he's
can you hear
back.
me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, did you get all I said?
Yes, except when you were trying to finish per se.
Okay, I was saying that I was excited. I am still excited that a platform like that had someone who had the kind of problems I had or I was having, talking to someone on the level of catering and eliciting the kind of responses I wanted to hear. And it just felt very relatable, very personal for me. And of course, there was also the follow up you told me about, posting events from this side on the WikiAfrica News. Was it News right now? Something
Newsroom.
about the newsroom, yeah. And those are while not being innovative, they are welcome ideas, especially for communities in these parts. They are ideas we should encourage because as much as we want to bring people from different platforms, we also have to be aware that most times the current existing platforms may not be uh, suitable or may not be as welcoming to these new folks, and they might need something that they can connect with. And for me, that was what the Wiki Africa Hour was.
Thank you, Wilson, for those kind comments. Let's move over to Geoffrey Katerega. Geoffrey is from the Ugandan Wikimedia community. Geoffrey currently serves as communication support for the Wiki Indaba 2021 co-organizing team, and he has been on our episode. I think the fourth one, and I think prior to that, he has also seen something that we had done on the Wiki Africa Hour episodes. Geoffrey, please feel free to make your comments.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so for me, I think yeah, the Week Africa Hour is really a big opportunity for us to have, that event where you learn something new every time, and it's happening more regularly. And it will be there and almost every month, and there is like a different topic, and then you come and learn something new. So it's a very good opportunity for upcoming for even new kind of user groups to learn more about what is happening in the movement, because yeah, Wikimedia is really huge and it's hard to to digest if you're like a new person, but have like these events which break down things in bits, like there was the session of people talking about why they are interested in standing for the board. So for someone who is thinking, yeah, maybe one time I should also put my name forward there to run for the board, to have a session like that where you hear people who are standing answering these questions. It's like building Wikimedians in Africa. So I really like the different topics that come every month for the different sessions, the way they are selected, because it's not like it's uniform. It's like a new thing every time. And then the other thing is also like it's also an opportunity for us to share what we are working on in our different communities. There is someone from the Wiki Africa Hour who always reaches out to us in Uganda and asks, yeah, what are you guys working on this month, so that we can share it at the Wiki Africa Hour. So to give us that platform to share news of what is happening in Uganda with the rest of the Wikimedia community is also very great. And that's also part of the where we shared about the Wiki Indaba that we are organizing, for us to be able to share like an update of where we are and how we'd like people to participate in the conference. So we are already reaching out to a wider audience through the Wiki Africa Hour. So I think like the impact is really huge, and we're just looking forward to more episodes and see it reach all corners of Africa. So yeah, I think for me, that's how I've seen impact of having different topics discussed every month and people learning something new every time. I've personally benefited from that, and I think other Wikimedians in Africa and elsewhere have also benefited the same way.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey, for those comments. And yes, we're always seeking out a special way to keep everybody in the movement updated about their respective wiki communities and their activities. Thank you so much. Let's move over to Husmedin. Hello, Husmedin.
Hello.
Yes, guys, Husmedin is from the Wikimedia community of Tunisia, and he is a founding member of that Wikimedia community. Tunisia is a group, and he is also a founding member of Wiki Project Maghrebi Arabic and the coordinator of the Wikipedia library and member of Wiki Project Med, an active contributor of Wikipedia, of course, and also the test wiki administrator in Wiki Media Incubator. Usmedin has an idea of what we've been doing with the WikiAfrica Hour episodes, and as such, I believe he has some comments to make on the impact so far in the movement. Go ahead, Usmedin.
Well, that's right. In fact, let us recognize that there is a need for such kind of campaigns and of tutorials. Well, there is much about documentations in the Wikimedia world. There is documentation about editing Wikipedia, about how to make a meetup, about how to make a conference. There are thousands of papers. And people in Africa, particularly, cannot have the time to read all this because maybe they are just activists who are working on the ground and they have to because they do not have specialized people involved in their movement. They have to read all this documentation to make new things in their community. So this is huge. And when I was in the program committee of Wikindaba for 2 years in 2018 and 2019, we found this. We found that most of the people that were interested in participating in Wikindaba, the African conference of the Wikimedia community, have interest in learning how to do things, how to set an affiliate, how to have a user group, how they can organize a conference like Wikindaba. And we got stuck with that. Well, the idea of a video tutorial online is a very excellent idea because first, it can be recorded online. You can follow it. It can simply explain things because you have an eye contact with the speaker. You can see what he thinks. You can learn from him through interactions, from Q&A, etc., etc. So, well, the problem is that you do have to see three main factors and ensure to apply them. The first is time, the second is commitment, and the third is audience. And believe me, these three ingredients are very difficult to apply because you have to search a time when all the target audience can be free. For example, Saturday afternoon. And when you are in Saturday afternoon, you have to see that you have not to get in conflict with another session about the same topic. Second, you have to have a team that has the soft skills, but that can be kind of integrated in the project on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, after years, and not just give up after a few months or a few years. And this is very difficult because not all the people have time every month, in every time, in the same moment. And that's a huge thing to consider. The third and last thing is the audience. You have to attract the audience. If you do not attract the audience, this will be a huge failure. This will not be successful. I think what WikiAfrica Hour has succeeded to do is to attract the audience, to see what the audience would like to see or to learn, and it reacts based on that. And this is a huge advantage of Wiki Africa Hour, I think.
Thank you so much, Ismail. I can relate to what you're saying. Why? Because you are experienced from what the Tunisia counterparts are actually doing, and we would actually consider these points. Though various people will be interested in different topics, and as such, it could affect the number of participants who show up every point in time. But these your advice and contributions are well noted, and we would go ahead to implement them. Thank you so much, Ismail. I appreciate. Moving over to Isaac Olatunde. Isaac is the coordinator for Wikipedia Pages Wanting Photos campaign, and he's been with us from the start. He knows how we started all this. And Isaac, I know you have some comments. And the Wikipedia Pages Wanting Photos is running currently, is ending in August. So Isaac, please, while you give us your comments on the effect and contribution of the Wiki Africa episode, if you have any form of updates for the PPWP, please go ahead and share with us.
Thank you very much, Textlost, for first of all organizing this talk here. I'm really very much happy to be here, and I want to thank you for the invite, because this is a very huge privilege for me to speak on this panel. But I must say that currently the only consistent office hour we have in Africa is the Wiki in Africa office hour. And I must say that this has really been very helpful, because that's really give several members of the Wikimedia communities in Africa to get a deeper understanding of the Wikimedia movement, and also provide opportunities for the African Wikimedia communities to learn, most especially the new people who are just joining us, to learn about the community, and of course auto art projects within the movement. So it's really a very big thing that has happened to us in Africa, because one of the things that we've not really been doing correctly in Africa, it's having a gathering that will unite everybody together, aside the general Wiki in Davao that's only happens annually. But with the Wiki in Africa Office Hour, it gives all the another platform to network, and of course share ideas, and also share our knowledge with people, and also provide insights to how we can promote Wikimedia project in Africa. I'm really honored to say that the organizers of this this office hour are strong supporters of the Wikipedia Pages Wanting Photos campaign, and that has actually helped the campaign in Africa. Because of the support we enjoy from the Wiki Africa team, the Wikipedia Pages Wanting Photos has really gained a very huge popularity in Africa in terms of getting more people on board to participate in the campaign. So just to give you a brief idea for those who might not know, the Wikipedia Pages Wanting Photos is a campaign that primarily focuses on the use of photos collected from various advocacy programs and photographic context on Wikipedia articles. So we started in 2020 last year during the pandemic, and we're really happy that it was a very huge success that year, as we have many people organizing the campaign locally. That year we have about 36 Wikimedia affiliates around the world organizing that campaign. But this year it's very huge, and this year we had more than 58 Wikimedia communities in the world organizing this campaign in more than 50 countries in the world. That's a huge number of organizers. So it's something that we really find very exciting, and I'm really honored to say that as I speak, Wikimedians across the world has added photos to more than 200,000 articles in over 280 languages. That's a huge amount of traffic, which means a huge amount of knowledge is being shared across multiple language Wikipedia. And of course, we're enjoying that support owing to the support we enjoy for the Wikilove Africa team and also the Wiki in Africa team as well. So majorly, I think this is a good thing that has happened to us in Africa. And as a matter of fact, I will encourage everybody to find a way to support this, initiative so that it continues and we can, have a lot of benefits, in terms of teaching us basic things that we need to know about the movement and also sharing ideas about current projects and other things that we need to learn that will help us to grow in Africa, because Africa is a community that is underrepresented in terms of content and contributors. And if we have a more organized, meetings like the Wiki in Africa office hour, I believe will never remain the same. So thank you very much for organizing this sex loss and the team Florence and Alia. This is something we really appreciate, and we want to tell you that we are fully in support of this. And if there are any things we need to do to keep this running, please feel free to let us know. We will be glad to help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Isaac. And guys, I must mention these people you see here are people I have been following their footprints, if I would say their wiki footprints over time. Someone like Isaac always has a way of putting things in perspective. While I'm here thinking I'm just into the vodcast thing, Isaac has baptized it to be an office hour. And now I really can sit back and look at it and be like, wow, that's what it really is. And for Who's Medine, I have actually studied what they do in the Wikimedia Tunisia user group. I know they have let me call it office hour, like Isaac just said, similar in French for francophones. And I must say, it was somewhere that I sort of derived inspiration before we hit the ground on this. And Geoffrey himself has also been a force to reckon with in East Africa. The minute you mention East Africa, first person that comes to mind, Geoffrey and the likes of Anthony and Winnie, who is always in our mailing lists, giving us updates about Wikimedia and all that. Wisim himself is also a strong person to reckon with in the Igbo Wikimedia user group, and he's been contributing to English Wikipedia as well. It's more like trying to juggle both when most of us are just streamlined into one particular stream. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for making these beautiful comments and highlighting where we need improvement. Husmedin, in a special way, I really thank you for giving us those 3 points to look out for and work on while we're trying to build up the Wiki Africa Hour initiative. And Isaac, maybe now that you've brought my attention to this thing being an office hour, we will actually will actually be taking a nosedive into, I mean, packaging it in that direction too, to make sure it's bringing out and how do I say, growing in impact. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you, the Wikimedia organizing team. Thank you, the tech guys at the backstage who are helping us to have these awesome virtual experience. Thank you. And I wish to use this opportunity to let you know that our next Wiki Africa hour will be featuring the winners of Wiki Loves Africa, the photographic contest, whose winners were announced yesterday. And they are interesting guys, trust me. If in case you miss the shots, we'll be bringing you an up close and personal interaction with them on the next Wiki Africa hour. Please remember to subscribe to our Wiki in Africa YouTube channel in order to keep tabs on both past and upcoming episodes of the Wiki Africa hour. And that way you won't miss anything. And in case, like I said, you have suggestions on topics, guests, and things we should discuss, feel free to go to our Wiki Africa Hour meta page and put it in the newsroom, the upper section of the newsroom is for suggestions. You can suggest the guest. If you can't reach the person, just put the person's name, and we would work on getting the person to come on the episode. Thank you so much, everybody who participated in this session. Thank you, all the attendees, and see you in the next Wiki Africa Hour.
Thank you. Bye.